Good evening. It's still the 15th of September 2016, and this is Kiki. This is my little female macaw. This is September. In a couple of months, you looking at me, sweetie? Oh my goodness, I love you. Uh, it will be 15 years uh, that I got a phone call when I came in, almost dark. And there was a domestic problem in a home, and they had her and a miniature macaw, and they had to have a home for him that night. It was on the mountain here, on a street I was not familiar with. They had called. I'd been out of town for a couple of days. They had called the pet store that was open on, it was a Sunday evening, and wondered what to do, and they gave them my phone number. Whoop, here comes the dog. This is a very nervous bird. She trusts me. She has nervous problems. Because of that, she has no tail. Now, she may grow one if I have an opportunity to use these, but I'm not going to stress her. If the opportunity comes, I won't say anything. I'll grab them and I'll start pulling tail feathers out. What happens is they have this long tail. It has a spine, and the feathers are connected to the spine. So when they preen themselves, they do this with their beak on the spine. And if something upsets her, and it doesn't take a whole lot to upset her, she will bite in too hard, and that breaks the spine. And so the feather is still in her, but part of it is broken off. And while it's broken off, and some of it is still in her, another one is not going to grow in its place. I have had her with a few feathers, but things make her nervous, even though she's so much better now. She was between 20 and 30 years when I got her, and that was, what did I say, that was the second, and this is the 15 years ago. So that would make her between 35 and 45. She is not showing signs of old age. Questionable whether they live to be 50 or 100. It depends what vet you talk to. And she's never seen a vet. So I always jokingly say, if they go to a vet, the vets say they live about 50. And mine never see a vet. So they live much longer. That's just a joke between me and veterinarians. But anyway, she's the one that has the long feather that I was thinking it was Kiki that had. Are you going to let me cut your feathers and cut your toenails? How I can tell that she's not that old, her beak, as you notice, it has no scars, no marks on it at all. Now I will cut, I won't do it tonight, but one of these days I will cut. I want her to look this way. I will cut that beak off. It's just a tiny bit long and it can be cut, and I've done it before. But her feet show no sign of aging. She's very healthy. She had laid a few eggs, a couple, and then she did lay two with Captain. One was infertile, and one became damaged. But she was such a good mother, and he was such a a good daddy. It's a long story, but when you watch two, and their cages are near each other. There's one piece of furniture between them, so they're used to seeing each other and used to being. They don't feel alone. But I don't have the cage. Uh, I don't have them in a cage together, and that's the reason I don't want them to. It's a hassle. I know. You can make a lot of money. They're their babies are very expensive, and to get one brand new, like I got Captain, is tremendous because you can make that bird into the type of bird you want. You don't have bad experiences in the past. Well, she's here. I'm going to I'm going to move the camera down on her. And she doesn't have any pin feathers, which is unusual. They usually have some, but she doesn't have any today. Her coat is very shiny, and she's very healthy, but she is nervous, but she's very happy here. Now you see down here a piece of tail feather. What, you want to get on my arm? Did you notice that she backed up onto my arm? I noticed one time that everything made her nervous, and I thought, I wonder what happened if she just backed in them, if she never saw my arm, but she could get on it. And so instead of just putting my hand in front of her and making her nervous, I just bring my hand in from the back, and she steps back and gets on my arm. But I want to see if I can show you her feet. And you can see those are the feet of a very young bird. But even if they're mistaken and she was, let's say, 15 or 20 years old, that would make her still about 35, which is not old, but she's showing no signs of aging at all. You'll notice that her nails are much thinner than Captain's were. She's a half a pound lighter. He's 2.5 pounds and she's 2. By the way, it's very important to weigh your birds because birds don't show their sickness um, until sometimes it's too late. But if you suspect they may not be well, you can weigh them and find out. Now here's a piece of that feather. I'm going to have to check it. I don't know whether it's a piece of one. It's right here. I don't know if it's a piece of one that broke off and is trying to grow back. I'm going to have to turn her upside down and take a look, and I don't want to stress her. So I'm going to see what we're going to do. First of all, baby, let's get this stuff out here and ready. You see that? You know what I do with those things, right? I want to look at your wings. And I know that you've got one feather that has to be cut off. I saw it. Can I have this? Can I have this wing? Can I have it? Hmm? Can I do what I want to with it? I see a long feather right here. You see that one right there? I'm going to hold it up for you. That one that I'm holding up for you, that is too long and it doesn't belong there. Can I pull it out, baby? Can I pull your wing up? Can I spread it? Is it okay if I spread your wing? Oh, you are such a good girl. You are such a good girl. Yeah, that was quick, wasn't it? We have to work fast with you because we don't want you to get nervous. And the dog's down here. He doesn't need to be here. That pretty much takes care of that wing. That wing looked pretty good. Can I see it? Yeah, all of these down here is where we want them to go. But let's just take a look here. Can I see the rest of this wing? It would be nice if I could, it would be nice if I could just sort of even them up right there, but it's not necessary. Everything is fine. Oh yeah, everything is fine. Can I have the other wing? Can I have this wing? Okay, let me see. Oh, you are such a good girl. Yes, you are so trusting. So trusting. Oh yeah, we got some here. I believe we have more than one. Dog, would you go? Would you not stand here and stare at her? Okay. Oh, we've got some stuff here that's uneven. And we're going to see how fast we can even it up. You are such a good girl. Oh, yes. Oh, yeah. Well, these could be. Okay, there's just a little piece of feather, not spine, that I could even it out, but it's not necessary. Okay, now we've got to check the tail feathers and see what's going on, what this is, and where it's going, and if it needs to be cut off. And we need to check the feet. You're giving me your paw, but you're giving me your paw, but the people can't see it. Yes. The people can't. I'm going to see if I can get a little closer to the camera. Okay. I'd like you to have one paw down on my leg, and I'd like to get the other one in my hand. Can I have this paw? Can I have it? Oh, such a good girl. See, hers aren't near as big as his, and they're not long. We're just going to clip them because they should be clipped every little bit. She bleeds easy, and she's very nervous. No blood, no problem. I would much rather do it oftener and it not have to be such a big deal. You know, this one down here needs it. Yes, you're such a good girl. You are such a good girl. Hmm? Yes, you are. I don't want you to get nervous and get your head up here and grab me now. No, I don't. Oh. Mm. That's it. Good girl. Good girl. Let me see. This one does need a tiny bit. What about the one that's down here on the? Yeah, they need just a tad. No blood, no bleeding. You know what this is, and you don't like it, do you, huh? You're such a good girl. Yes. I prefer to do this myself than have somebody else do it. They always take them into another room, and you never see what they're doing. And usually they're covering up the head, like you saw me do with the other birds, because it's quicker. And the faster you can get it over with, the less stressed they are. But let me see that. Let me see that foot again. We got two toes that need to be clipped. Yeah. Well, I thought we did. Let's see. Just a minute. Just a minute. Okay. I'll tell you what. Let me check. Would you turn this on my dress? Okay. Let me check the other foot. Okay. The people can't see this other foot. I don't know if I can. Huh? Oh, maybe they can. A little bit. Okay. Can I just do this real quick? I'll just do this real quick and we won't hardly know we've done it. This is one of the rear ones. If we really didn't get it done, it wouldn't hurt because they're not very long. But if we could do it, it would be a good thing. Yeah, it would be, there we go. No blood. We hardly ever do you and not get any blood. Hmm? We hardly, oh, yes, 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 yes. Okay, that's a good girl. One more, huh? One more? Yeah. Now don't look at it because when you look at it and it makes you nervous. Don't look at it. Hmm? Don't look at it. Talk to me. Don't look at it. Look at me. Look at me. Don't look at it. Hmm? It's gone. That's it. We did it. We're all done. Did we check? We checked both wings, didn't we? Yep, that one's okay. Now, see, they could be, no, she doesn't want it. I could take the scissors and just so that they're totally smooth. Now what we've got to deal with is this. And for this, I need her laying down in my lap. Oh, we've got a little bit of blood. Yeah, let's see what it is. It's one on this foot. Here it is. Okay. All right. I'm going to put her up there because she is bleeding just a little bit. And as I said in one of the other videos, we don't want her moving around because when they move around, they bleed more. And when they're still, they stop bleeding. So I won't do the tail since we do have just a little bit of blood on one. Yeah. But if she sits there totally still, yeah, don't lick it, baby. I got medicine on it. Just leave it alone. Just, no, leave it alone. I got medicine on it. Yeah, you're such a, no, you're a good girl. Don't, mommy will take you down and put you in your cage, okay? Just leave it alone. That's a good girl. Yeah. Well, we did 4, 8, 16 nails and only got a little bit of blood on one. That's pretty good. Okay. Yeah, it has stopped. There is no blood. She has not bled since I put the powder on her. Yeah. Nope, we don't have a drop anywhere except what's on me. Oh, you such a sweet pie. I'm so nervous. I would love to check out and see what's going on with the tail, but like I said, I don't want to make her nervous and I don't want to move her around because then she would give you another look at what I was using, the septic powder. And there's other things you can use, but this is best and it lasts forever. I had it when I had bunches of German Shepherd dogs too. Um, Usually you can avoid it by doing it like I'm doing it now before it's really needed, before it gets really bad. But she was very good. And for a bird that's that nervous, she's very, very good with me. Shall I take you downstairs now and not do any more to you? She was on my bed with me. I was making a video of Captain. I was teaching him how to take the bottle cap off of a soda pop so he could drink it. And she was up there just watching him, as she usually is. And she walked over as I was turning the video off, and she started taking it off. And I thought, this bird watches everything I do with Captain, and she's taking it all in. And I started doing other things with her that I'd taught him to do. Now, she's not a talker. In any birds, the males are the more talkers, so she's not much of a talker. But as far as doing things, I got out the, let me get it. I think I have it right here. Um, she's never been taught to do this, but she's seen Captain to do it. And she takes the rings off. I hadn't thought about it, or I would have had it ready. Well, I don't see it. I don't know whether she'll do this or not. She has seen Captain do it, but I don't know whether she can. Do you remember how to do this? You want to take it off? You want to play with it? You don't? Okay, we won't make you. I think I know where the other thing is. I'll be right back. No, it's not where I thought it was. But I'll close the video now. I just wanted you to see the difference in these two birds. But if you just observe them for a while, she hasn't bled or anything now. Are you okay? You're not going to bleed anymore, but you're probably not ready to lay down in your lap and let me look at your tail feathers, huh? You want to go downstairs with Captain now and the other birds? Okay. All right. Until later. Bye-bye.